Hello everybody, Gavin McCormack here. Now welcome to this week's social scenario where you have a chance to put yourself in the shoes of an adult and make a very, very difficult and potentially serious decision. Now this week we're going to ask you to put yourself in the shoes of a politician. Now a politician is someone who is voted in by the local people to make very big decisions on what happens to all the infrastructure, what happens to the community, and how your money is spent. And this week we want you to pretend or imagine that you are a politician. Now your name this week is Greg, and you've got a very big decision to make. You see, in your local community there is a coal mine, and this coal mine burns coal and produces electricity for the whole area, as well as providing jobs for the people who live in your community. But this week you're going to have to make a decision on Greg's behalf. You see, Greg is deciding whether or not to close down the coal mine and the power station, and this is causing him a serious problem. You see, first of all, Greg is a politician, which means the people in the community vote him in or vote him out. He has to be popular enough for people to want him to continue to do his job and therefore continue to survive. So he has to make sure that the community likes him and agrees with his policies or the decisions that he makes. Now this week you have to decide, is Greg going to close the coal mine or is Greg going to leave the coal mine open? And the first thing to think about is obviously Greg. If he closes it, the people may be upset and angry, but they also may be happy. You see, there are two perspectives to consider going forward. The second perspective is the perspective of a coal miner. That is someone who works in the coal mine. For the coal miner, this coal is his job. It's where he goes to work every single day in the morning and leaves at nighttime and takes a salary to feed his family, pay his school fees, and pay his mortgage. So he would love the coal mine to stay open. And the third is the perspective of the local residents, the people who live in the area. You see, this coal mine produces electricity, but it also produces pollution. Billowing black smoke comes out of this coal mine. Huge trucks are driving down the street, and some of the local waterways are a little bit polluted. So some of the residents want this coal mine to be closed. And this week, Greg has to make a very, very serious decision. Is he going to leave it open or is he going to close it? And if he does, well, who is going to be happy and who is going to be disgruntled? This week's social scenario gives you a chance to think in Greg's shoes. What should he do? And what are the implications of either of these decisions? This social scenario is not easy, but it's not meant to be easy, because in the future you'll have to make decisions just like Greg, and you never know. One of you may even become the Prime Minister and have to make decisions on behalf of the entire country. This is our social scenario for this week, and we want you to make a decision to try to keep everybody happy. Goodbye, and we'll see you next time.